This is the first tutorial video on how to use Google Docs. Once you log into your Google Drive, you're going to sign in to your account here. And this is the drive that pops up. Yours will be blank because you have not done anything in it yet. These are all the things that I have created and shared in my drive. So let's talk about how to create something in Google Docs. These are your important buttons over here. Let's start with the Create button. This is what you're going to click to make folders, documents, presentations, spreadsheets, all sorts of things. You may want to create folders for your different classes. As you see, I've created some folders here to help me organize all of my things, especially if you're going to be using Google Docs a lot. The button next to it is the Upload button. You can click this to upload files or folders from your actual computer, so if you have typed something in Word or another program, sometimes it will upload into Google Docs. Now realize that the programs are not completely compatible, so if you try to upload a file or folder, sometimes they will not upload accurately. So you'll just have to try and see. Underneath those buttons, you have your My Drive button. Whenever you click on this, you're going to get everything that you've shared. This is basically the main page of your drive. This is where everything is going to be stored, where you can find everything that you've created. Shared with Me is right underneath that, and if you click on this, these are things that other people have made that they have shared with me, and I'm going to tell you about that later in a subsequent video. You can star certain things on here. All that means is next to any of these, so if I go back to my drive, you see there's a star. I can click any one of these. This is a way to just keep track of certain things. So maybe these are the current projects you're working on, something in that nature. And the ones underneath this are pretty much self-explanatory. So let's go back to my drive and let's talk about creating a document. So let's create and click a document. And this is the page that's going to come up, and this should look very similar to the Word documents that you have seen so far. You'll notice the buttons across the top. Let's go ahead and start by explaining some of these. First of all, the one thing that you need to know in a Word document in Google Drive is that you never have to save your program again. So notice it says Untitled Document at the top. To save it, all you need to do, let's title it. Let's just call this Document 1 and click OK. You'll notice this has changed up here, and this will also have changed in my drive. This saves it live. If you look up here, you'll see all changes saved in Drive. And let me show you what that means. So let me go ahead and click off of this. And I closed out that program, and here's my drive, as I told you about. And as I look down here, I can see Document 1. And if I click on this, that's exactly what we just created. Everything that I type in this, click off of it again. I did not save it. If I go down here to Document 1 again, it's automatically there. You never have to save anything ever again. So that covers the saving. Let's go ahead and go across the buttons in the top here. The first one here is going to be your Print button. And if you click on this, you can see any of the printers available and a preview of your page over here. Obviously, we have not typed anything yet. This is where you're going to print from. Take note of this. This automatically defaults to two-sided printing. If you don't want it to print front to back, make sure you unclick this. So let's cancel out of that. This is your Undo button, okay? And the good thing, since this saves live to the Google Doc Drive, you can undo as far back as you possibly can. There's no limit like there is in Microsoft Word. And of course, if you go back too far, you can hit the Redo button. These are your text styles. Usually you're not going to change too many of these. Usually you're going to be working with the font. In the font, it comes complete with many fonts on here, and you can also click more fonts in order to do something else if you don't see a font that you like. So let's just type something. In order to change your font, all you have to do is highlight what you'd like to change and click thing that you would like to change it to. The same thing goes for the font size, which is right next to it. You'll see it's default set to 11. In my class, everything you should type should be in 12-point font, which is slightly larger, so make sure you get in the habit of changing that. Next to your font size, you have your bold, you have your italics, and your underlined. In addition, you can also change your text color, or you can highlight it. So those are just a couple different buttons across the top. In the next video, I will continue to talk about the buttons and some other features that you have in Google Docs.